Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. But first, let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Speaking of comfortable, highs only going to be 79, lows down to 62. A little bit of taste of fall thanks to all this north wind we've been having. So we're glad to see that. Water temperature ended up here reading at 84 degrees. It did drop 1 degree. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. The Apalachicola of Bluntstown, how about a 2.7? It is steady. I'm going to tell you right now, the big river's in great shape. I know those folks over there in Calhoun and Liberty County, they're going to be on the river. Ray Howell, he'll be up there around the sandbar. You always recognize Ray Howell. He'll be the ugliest guy on the river. Just wave at him. He'll be up there. The Choctahatchee, it is, I get tickled at it. How about a 1.4? It's below the mark, 1.4. I've had people up there in South Alabama tell me when it's that low down here, what happens up in the northern part of that, they can actually drive across the Choctahatchee at some space, with the four-wheel drive and all, in some areas when it's really super low. So that's interesting. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. With still a little bit of neap tide, got a little bit of movement, lows at 948 and highs at 1212. Now next week is the first week of October, really strong tides. The most important part though of this weather information is my show today is saying happy birthday to my little sweetheart, Wendy. Happy birthday, honey. I know you up there in Tupelo and be getting ready to teach school today, but we love you and we'll see you shortly. Your mama's gonna make you a big cake like your grandma used to do. So we'll be seeing you. Happy birthday, baby. Also, on a personal note, people ask about this situation right here. What happened? Well, I got 3 stories I want to throw out at you real quick. Story number 1, you pick out which 3 you want to believe. Story number 1, I was at a bar. I was in a bar room the other night, and a big fight broke out, and I got hit here. But you already seen the other guy. He had 2 of these. Had one here, one here. Story number 1. Story number 2, I was sitting around the kitchen the other night, and I told her, I'm hungry. Feed me something. I'm hungry. I was sitting down like that, and she said, shut up. I thought she said, stand up. And then I stood up, and she hit me side of the head with a frying pan. That's story number 2. Story number 3, how about Dr. Jeremy Sunseri cut off a little skin cancer for me. That's a big one right there. So you pick out which 3 you want to believe and tell folks about it. So anyway, did a great job. I enjoy, go there once a year and all, and I always appreciate what they do. And I urge you to keep tabs on everything on your skin and all, what's going on. They know a lot more about it than we do. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's start off with a little announcement here. Y'all are so good about letting us know things. This is coming from Deb Crumknocker down at Cape San Blas. Hey, my friend, wanted to let you know that Bay Day has been changed to October the 8th. God bless and stay safe. Marty and Deb, and of course, talking about Bay Day right here. We talked about it during the week and all. The original schedule was this Saturday, but with the storm and all, they're going to do the same thing. It will be next Saturday down at St. Joseph Preserve, St. Joseph Bay Preserve. Good day and all. Low country shrimp boil and really good stuff. All right, so we'll get started on our pictures. But thank y'all. This is one of the keys to our show. Is you folks letting us know what's going on and sharing things with us about when things are going on, and it helps out a lot. I got a bunch of pictures. I want to start off talking about good news and all. Rusty Russell sent this. Remember, Rusty Russell on the show last week with Crime Stoppers. Okay, the stack of mail, this is after the show, the stack of mail so far today all contain multiple ticket purchases from your viewers. That's our viewers. Wow, that is great. We really do have a good and loyal viewers. And that was just a stack, that right after the show. So that's good. I'm so glad you shared that with us, Rusty. And there still had some folks have called me, and I've taken the number and called Rusty to call y'all back. So that's good there too. All right, now, as far as I know, this Flathead Tournament, talking about things going on this weekend, as far as I know, this is still going on. This is the Legends first annual Flathead Tournament at the Bristol Boat Landing. And here's the deal right here. And contact Tommy Ernest or Ken Keel, those numbers right there, or Tiff Thompson. You can see the numbers there. And I'm assuming it's still going on, haven't heard back. 100% payback. I love the rules right here. I won't go through all of them. This is what you have to do at a tournament now. 5 p.m. till 11 a.m. next morning, so it's at nighttime, rod and reel only. No more than 6 catfish poles. And I love number 4. Can y'all read number 4? No fishing within 50 yards of another boat in a tournament. That is so important. I love that rule. Of course, number 5, no chumming, baiting, all straight laws. Number 6, number 7, I love number 7. No shocking, no limb lining, which we used to call bush hooks, or trot lining. Okay, most folks are going to do all these things anyway. Number 10, polygraphs will be administered. So in case anybody might be catching some stuff they shouldn't be catching. All right, here we go. Captain Kim sent this from Sea Quarters right here before the storm. Just went out and got a nice mess of fish right there. Look what I call it, Sea Quarters in Carabel, Florida. Really cool place down there. Now, let's check this out. Grant Register, Jerry Fay's son, went floundering. He made his point. The water's finally clearing up. The water's been really clear right before the storm, but he went floundering. But I want to show you the picture. Great picture. And these underwater lights now are so strong, it just lights up the flounder when you go flounder gigging. Here's a picture here. Then I've got another one. This is another flounder coming from a different angle. You can see you want to aim for right at the head right there. You want to aim so you won't mess up the meat. In fact, you go to the fish market, if it's been gigged, you shouldn't be able to see it's been gigged because it should be right there behind those eyes. But you got to be good because that's the smallest part of the flounder. One more here. That looks good on. But isn't it amazing how they camouflage themselves? They sort of flip around a little bit, and the sand and all sort of settles on top of them, and it just makes a great camouflage. You got to have really good eyes to do it, especially if you're doing a couple of hours and all. All right, and let's see. Talking about a fun trip up here in Lynn Haven. Buddy Chris Rogers found a good one this afternoon. This is off the Lynn Haven Bridge. You can see big old drum there. Good job, Chris Rogers. Good outdoorsman. I got a big old grin on the face. All right, look, we got all kind of pictures to show you. We're gonna take a break now. We'll be right back. Okay, this next little segment now, welcome back. Of course, we want to show you this. I know so many of y'all, Panhandle Outdoor viewers, have dogs, love dogs. We've all have a special relationship with dogs. So my buddy, Jimmy Suber, when we used to do a lot of those quail hunts up there in Quincy and Havana, Jimmy and I have been friends since elementary school. And I was in his wedding and all kind of stuff like that, but very close friends, always lifetime friends. And he sent me this the other day. I said, Jimmy, I got to put this on the show because he loves his dogs. And so Jeff loves dogs, I love dogs, we all love dogs. So I've seen a lot of dog videos. This is one of the best ones I've ever seen. This is a dog checking out the car wash, okay? Let's see if we can get it playing. Okay, so here he is. I'm going to talk our way through it. And this is not Jimmy's dog, but he sent this to me because he knows how much we love dogs. And so listen, this dog said, well, that's a good idea. Check it out. Oh man, that feels good. Can you see your dog doing this? I did when I watched it the first time, I cracked up. Does that dog not love that? And see, it moves up with it. Look at there. Now, it stops. Start moving again. Okay, there you go. Thank you. That feels good. I walks on down, walks the other end, we'll get the other side. Then the little spray starts coming out. Oh, that's good. That feels so good. All right, let's do it again. With both sides. Hey, he's moving with the roller. You notice he's moving with it. Thank you. Oh, is that not cool or what? So, thank you, Jimmy Suber, for always keeping me posted with all this stuff. So, anyway, I got some more pictures. I got all kinds of stuff to show y'all today. We got to get caught up on them. Okay, I'm gonna have. Here we go. Finally got who the speaker's going to be. Robert Brado. I'm going to have Bill Dozier going to come on next week. We're going to talk all about this. But anyway, that's who the speaker is. Going to tell us about the speaker. You can win one of those prizes. Check that out. You can win one of those just being there. All you got to do is be there. But anyway, so thanks Highland Park Men's Club, Wild Beast Feast. Okay, I want to talk about ATVs. I'm on the. I got to find this now. The Florida Highway Patrol sends me a press release, as they do all the newspaper and all, because of the show, and on accidents and all. It's really tough reading some of them because it's just pure accidents. But when it gets to ATVs and all, I want to, because so many of our viewers have used ATVs or around them, and there have been so many accidents. My good friend Ray Jones, 84 years old, spent his whole life in the outdoors. He was a big turkey hunter, had on, and talked about up there in Huntsville, Alabama, Jones Valley. He passed away a couple of months ago on an ATV accident. Been outdoors his whole life, dodged rattlesnakes and everything. But we had a couple here last week, and I want to just basically show you that this is an incident report from the press release, and talking about this is serious injuries, a 71-year-old man up there in Alford, and then you read about, okay, that's one right there. That was last week. Here's one right here, a 36-year-old male from Monticello, injuries on left, fatal. Okay, and it's just the accidents and basically what they do. So Lieutenant Jason King sent this. In 2021, there were 669 ATV crashes in Florida, folks, resulting in 32 fatalities. Of the fatalities, read that top line. Only one person was reported wearing a helmet. Can you now? That's so important. Wear that helmet. So 31 out of 32 fatalities, they're not wearing a helmet. I just want y'all to be aware of this. The second line, 95% of people involved in ATV were reported as not wearing a helmet. So that's 95%. Over that third dot, over the last 5 years, the crashes have increased by 23%. So you really, you got to find out all kinds of stuff about more statistics. And in heavy print, never ride on paved roads. Okay, they're there for off roads. They're designed to be operated off roads. So anyway, I just wanted to just pass that on to you as far as just being aware of accidents. This time of year, a lot of folks in the woods, the fall, the air temperature is dropping, and it's just people want to get out. And they're a lot of fun, but there have been so many accidents over the years of fatalities. I remember one a long time ago, one of our students, they crashed at night. They ride them at night up in the sand hills, and one crashed and the other. A little 16-year-old girl lost her life. I go over and over again about different people. A fine young man from a fine family up there in Jackson County a year or two ago. Calhoun County's had accidents. I can just go over and over and just tell you about the accidents that folks have had on ATVs, mainly just going real fast and all. So be careful. And like I say, Ray Jones, 84 years, might have been 86 years old. But anyway, his whole life in the outdoors and killed over 300 turkeys in his lifetime. And he had an accident a couple of months ago in Jones Valley up in Huntsville, Alabama, if you remember that show. I also want to mention now, this time of year, I wrote down gators, bears, and snakes. Those three are moving around a lot. The gators are really, I've seen so many reports on gators, and it's really interesting as far as the bull gators are really moving around now. And of course, snakes, we'll talk about them on a weekly basis. The big rattlesnakes, they're really moving around. They're going to start looking for some places to sort of dig in a gopher hole and stay there. But right now, they're loading up food for the winter, as are the bears. Ironically, I have not seen as many bear pictures yet as I have in the past. I don't know if the game cameras aren't taking them or they're not that many this year. It's hard to read, they're not that many, but in the past, starting in October, and all these feeders and game cameras, you remember how many bear pictures we're showing. So I haven't shown, but I think 2 so far this year. So keep your game cameras checked and just be aware of it. I don't think I'd be in any danger of bear attacks or anything. Just be aware you don't want to get between a mama bear and a baby bear. It's as simple as that. Okay, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at our time this morning, 2:15 to 4:15, and this afternoon after lunch, 2:42 to 4:42. Last week they had the big cleanup, the Apalachicola National Forest. I told you about it, Gail and I driving through it the other day, 32 miles and seeing 3 cars, and it's just a special place. And the Southeastern Dog Hunters Association had, I showed this poster, and it was a 6th annual one. They sent us some pictures. Thank you, Michael Harris, for getting me the pictures. So I'm going to go through a group of pictures right here. I'm going to go through, I've got quite a few. Here they are. So y'all try to participate in this next year. First of all, you're just getting out in the woods. Speaking of ATVs and all, this is fun, folks. What a great day to have a family, do something good, to get your family out there riding in the woods and picking up trash that these morons left out there. The Forest Service is out there with you. They're very appreciative of it. Just a good turnout. I don't have all these folks' names, and just going down picking up trash, and another picture of the Forest Service guys coming out. And I don't know what he's picking up here, but I think he's slinging something, but maybe I don't know what he has. And big old bag full of trash. You really shouldn't be able to do this, but look at here, look at there. Somebody threw a chair out there. That just gets me. It just gets me. And got little kids picking up trash. So these group of kids, I can promise you, when they're teenagers and grown people, they won't be throwing out trash. So I want to encourage, thank you to Southeastern Dog Hunter Association. Look at all those bags, look at all that, tires and all. Tell people every county has a dump. You can take it to the dump. All right, what is that? I'm not sure what, a board or something? I don't know what that is. And here they basically, they, Season of Hope Outdoors, Southeastern Dog Hunters Group, had 100 volunteers of all ages. And appreciate the dog hunters. Here's a big group shot of them. I have a deep appreciation for folks getting out and doing that. Had the dogs out there. Everybody had a grand time. So good job on that. Okay, I've got a bunch more pictures, but I want to share this with you. Okay, this is, I talk about Woods and Water Magazine quite a bit. And I've been a subscriber. I've been buying them since they've been out 45 years ago. And this time of year, they do the Book of the Year from last year. And they do a story on it, and I love reading the story and talking about it. It's interesting. I started looking at it, and this is a September issue. It's been out. I just got it at Blue Water when I was down the other day. I like to buy them at Blue Water, and the Book of the Year. But if you get it, you probably read the stories. Folks, the first book, number 1, taken to Calhoun County. Buck number 2, Lynn Haven Hunter. Buck number 3, Calhoun County. And all the top 5 bucks are in this area right here in the Panhandle viewing area. It's incredible. But the first one, the first place, when I've got a picture here, I want to show you the picture. I want to tell you the story because the story itself, here it is right here. Okay, Book of the Year. This is Torben Docks. You can see the buck right there. This is the picture out of the paper. There's a big buck. That's the number 1 buck taken last year in the state of Florida. Scored 144. That's a score right there. 144. You see how they do that. So congratulations to Torben. But I was reading the story, and if you notice, he had a toboggan on his head. Y'all see the toboggan on his head? That's special. I wondered. I'm gonna give you the details on it real quick. Okay, Calhoun County. It was taken with a crossbow. Is that not cool? The top buck of the year. Toboggan belonged to his dad. He lost his dad during COVID, November of 2020. His dad succumbed to COVID, so it was special. His dad always called him kidded him about being a fair weather hunter, but he actually went out January 16th of this past year. Remember I tell you that's right at the peak of the rut, January, right in the middle of January. He went out. The wind is blowing 23 miles an hour. It's in the 30s. It's an afternoon hunt. You usually don't even fool with it like that. It's facing the wind. His dad, he just remember his dad called him fair weather hunter, so he just went on out there anyway. But he watched this buck for about 4 years, but he lost him the 3rd year. He thought somebody else had taken him. He just couldn't find him. But he'd watched the buck, and he's in that area where he has some good DNA. He's had a couple of trophies on the wall, some of the same DNA, he thinks, from that same strain of bucks. Okay. But he said between year 3 and year 4 of that buck, it just grew. I mean, it just exploded in growth, and that makes sense. You've got good food, good DNA, good genetics. Then that third or fourth year, that's when they really, and he probably would have taken them last year if he'd have seen them, but he didn't see them last year, so it all worked out for the best. It was afternoon, he got in the stand like at 3:15 and just started, the wind blowing 23 miles an hour in the face, but he sat there, the two does walked out on him, and within 45 minutes, that big buck walked out about a little bit after 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I mean, that's not a textbook hunt as far as you do in the early in the morning and, way off and that kind of cold. But it just goes to show you, taken with a crossbow, the number one buck. So I'm going to tell you the stories of all the top 3 or 4 bucks anyway. Each day I may try to share a story with you the next couple of weeks and all. But it's just really interesting to hear the details of that. And I get tickled as far as everything. It don't have to be perfect set up like that, but congratulations, Torben Knox up there in Bluntstown, a big part of our viewer area in the Calhoun-Jackson County area. Usually we have these I'm always talking about these Jackson County bucks, but this year we're going to talk about those Calhoun County bucks because to be in that situation there. And thank you, Woods and Water. We're going to get together sooner or later and interview y'all and do a story on y'all. 45-year history of putting out this once a month, Woods and Water magazine. Got to wrap it up for today. Tomorrow we'll be doing our big giveaway and all kind of good things going on, getting ready for it. Looks like a fairly decent weekend. It might be a little breezy. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good today for someone else. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.